Welcome back, guys. This is Skiptastic Man. We're at the witch's cabin again, guys, and we're just chilling out, getting warm by the fire. Today, guys, we are going to be doing circle magic. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing circle magic, but before we get into doing any of that, I was asked a question on how to boost the altar up to 8,000 or above power points, and so we'll look at that first, guys. Right, as you can see, oops, put this back on. As you can see, guys, this is my altar, and it has a power of 13,500. So that'll power any spell. So what I did, I picked a heavily wooded area. We added the chalice, the wither's skeleton skull, and the filled chalice, which give us our 5 times multipliers. And then we did things, we planted a lot of the witchery trees that we had, and we had a witchery farm around the back here, which is all like belladonnas and mandrakes, and a lot of more witchery trees, and these glint bushes, the witchery. So we added all these in, and that pushed me to just under 8,000. But then the big one, guys, is the dragon egg. If you have the dragon egg from defeating the ender dragon, then this will be so much easier, because once you have the egg, I brought it in from the dragon mounts mod. It boosted me from 8,000 up to 13, so it added like 5,000 extra power just for having the dragon egg. So guys, now you know how to boost your altar, and hopefully it answered the question to the person who asked how to do it. We can now look towards making and start doing circle magic. Let's get started. The first thing, guys, after you've got your altar powered, is to make the book, the circle magic book. And to make the book, you need a belladonna flower, an ink sac, a book, a feather, and a bottle of whiff of magic, and that will give you witchcraft circle magic book. Cool, guys. Once you have the book, it is a big book. It has like 60 odd pages, and it tells you all of the different things that you need, basically, to do the different circle magics. Well, again, we won't be looking at all of them today. In fact, we're only looking at 2, but just to give you a rough idea of what you need to do. And here, guys, you can see these are the 3 size circles you will use. I've made them. Oops, I've already put them out on the floor, guys. It's basically a 7 diameter circle, 11 diameter circle, and a 15 diameter circle. And then, right, guys, once you've done that, the first thing to do is start making chalk. The first one to make is the ritual chalk. It is a Tear of the Goddess, which we made in the distilling episode. Gypsum, again, which we made in the distilling episode, and wood ash, which you've had since episode 2. Cool, so we take the ritual chalk. Next thing you need, guys, is the golden chalk. It requires the ritual chalk we just made, 3 gold nuggets, 4 dandelion yellows, and a redstone dust. Cool. These are the 2 chalks that we're going to be using today. I'll look at the other ones right now, though. The otherware chalk is 4 lapis, 2 ritual chalk, 2 water artichoke globes, and an ender pearl. And they're mainly used for transposition rites and have a key link to the ender. And the last chalk you'll be making is the infernal chalk, which is 2 ember moss, 4 red rose, 2 ritual chalk, and blaze powder. And that is linked to the nether and so forth with rituals for setting demons and infernal rites. Cool, guys. Now, the one thing that all of these circles have in common is the middle one is you always use the gold chalk in the middle. That's all it's used for. It's very important that you do that, because that's what starts the whole process. Right. So what we're going to do today, guys, is the first thing we're going to do is the rite of charging, which is this one. So You need a 7 by 7 diameter circle and an 11 diameter circle. Your altar must have 2000 power. Excuse me. And you need an attuned stone, glowstone dust, redstone dust, wood ash, and quick lime. Okay. Right, guys. I have them items in a chest here. Let's just get rid of the stuff that I don't need at the moment. Right, guys, so the first thing we're going to do is draw out our 7 by 7 circle. It's the same as if you're placing any block in Minecraft. Just right click, and if you click it twice it doesn't matter, it just changes the symbol. So once you've done that, guys, we'll just double check. Yep, we need 11 by 11 too. So then you go and draw your second circle. This is the 11 one. You don't have to have it different block type underneath it. I've just put it there as an example so you guys can see it better, what I'm trying to get at. Cool. So there, guys, is the circle pattern needed for the rite of charging. So we double check, we've got plenty of power in the altar, we needed 2000. So what the first thing to do, guys, is to throw the items using the Q button, if that's how you've got your keyboard set up. No, hang on a minute, that's not quick lime, is it? Nope. That's gypsum. There you go. Cool. So let's throw the items into the circle. As long as it's within the circle, guys, I believe it works. So you throw in your items, and then once all the items are in the circle, you right click on the center glyph and your items will be consumed, and hopefully it will create your charged attuned stone. Yay! Easy, guys, right? Really easy. And the charged attuned stone is basically a portable altar. It holds a certain amount of charge, well 2000 I assume, so that you can do your circle magic anywhere. So instead of this gold center glyph, which has to be within 16 blocks of the altar, guys, I should mention, if you're out in the field and you need a certain spell or magic rite, then you can use a charged attuned stone in place of the altar. So if you look in the book, you see there we can do the rite of charging. It says altar power. See if I can find the one I'm looking for. See this one here, guys, the rite of transposition. It doesn't require an altar because you use an attuned stone that's charged. Cool. Right, guys, and after you've done your rite, and say you want to clean up or whatever, then if I go into survival mode right now, breaking these things is a slow and painful process, especially if you're in a rush. So, guys, the next thing to make is the witch's broom. It's 2 sticks and 3 hawthorn saplings, which we made from the herbology episode, which is the first episode, I believe. Cool. And the witch's broom will, although being still in creative mode, will instantly bring up any chalk, which is handy if you want to clean up fast. It's also handy for other things that we'll look at in future episodes. But for now, that's all we're going to be using it for, is cleaning up. But say, guys, like me, you're a little bit lazy, and you think, oh, I can't be bothered placing this circle down every time I want to charge up my attuned stone. So what you do, guys, is you need to make a circle talisman. Now, the circle talisman is 4 gold ingots, 4 gold nuggets, and a diamond in this pattern, and that gives you a circle talisman. Cool. Right, the circle talisman, guys, basically will pick up all the chalk on the ground here, including the gold glyph, and it will be stored inside the talisman. And every time you want to use this rite of charging or any of the rites you've saved on the talisman, you just right click with it and it'll place all the chalk for you. So that's cool. And the rite, I believe, is in the book. I'm not going to go look for the page now, but basically, guys, you need to make the circle talisman, and you need 1 redstone dust. So if you place the 1 redstone dust and the talisman, that should give us the result we're looking for. There you go, items are being consumed. and boom, it picks up all the chalk and it's been placed inside the circle talisman. It has a small description, and you can see it says small ritual, medium ritual. So if you had a small ritual and the outer one was purple, it would say small ritual, medium, otherwhere, and so on and so forth. And to place it back down again, guys, you just have to right click with it, and boom, it places all of the chalk exactly where you left it. And again, I'm not sure how you pick it up though. Oh, I think you have to pick it up, guys. I think you have to do the... It's a very interesting question. How do you pick this thing up? Do you have to shift click it? No, I'm just placing more of them. Right, okay. Maybe you pick it up the same way that you put it. You charged it up. So let's try that, guys. Or maybe you just do that. Nope. Oh wow. Okay. Maybe it's a one-time use thing. I'm going to have to look into that, guys, and get right back to you. It does not pick up the circles after, but it does store it forever. So it's a case of, like over here, I went and pressed it. The reason it wasn't working before is because it had obstructions. It needs that area flat. So yeah, guys, basically it's just there for quick deployment of the circle should you need it. Anyway, guys, that's the very, very, very basics of circle magic. So in a future episode we are going to look into otherware rites and infernal rites, but as a start, guys, this will give you the very basics of what you need, and you should be able to advance a lot yourself. I mean, the book has got a lot of things in it that you guys can do with the basic stuff. Where's page 1? Okay, so like you can bind waystones to locations for teleportation, and you can bind a tamed owl as a familiar. See, that's a very high powered thing. I don't believe it's the highest. I think the highest is 10,000 power that you need for a single rite. But there are other rites too, like the rite of imprisonment, I believe. Yep, that requires a power per second. So a slime ball and redstone. In fact, guys, we can probably do that after. I will do that after. Yeah, basically that requires a power per second, rather than... It's a low powered spell, but it requires over a certain amount of time, power per second. So the imprisonment one would say you could trap a monster inside a 7x7 dome, because obviously that's the small circle, and it will stay there as long as you've got power in your altar. It will stay there forever, indefinitely. Cool. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope it's been informative. And I will see you next time, guys. I'm not sure what we're going to do next, because now I originally set out just to do the basics of the 5 books, which we've done now, but due to popularity and the fact that I'm really enjoying it, I think we're going to move up a tier and do a bit more advanced stuff. I mean, we haven't even looked into puppets or any of that stuff, guys, so that's probably what we're going to do next, is like the next tier of what we looked at already, and some of the other little kooky things and fun things that you can do with a mod. Until then, guys, please like, share, and comment, subscribe, you know the usual stuff, guys. Until then, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.